Hi everybody, beautiful day here in Pacific Northwest. You're looking at Columbia River, and sometimes you see big boats here on the Columbia River. Well, actually you see them here quite often. They go to various ports. There's a bunch of ports on the Columbia here. It's a big one. Probably 600-700 feet. Well, in today's video, I want to talk about Ukraine again. I'll just get straight to the meat of the video. You probably remember, number one, United States and allies, the NATO, have helped Ukraine tremendously by giving them $200+ billion worth of help and weapons and ammunition. And where did that get Ukraine? So far, nowhere, if you ask me. Many of you probably remember Ukrainian counterattack that they were doing last summer. And that counterattack was a failure. And now Ukraine is collecting 500,000 men, 500,000 men. Russia is getting 300,000 as well. And to make another counterattack. Now, these new men are basically replacing men who have died, and then some. The people who died have been actual army, have been trained army. They've been trained by NATO for several years before the war happened. So they were actually trained warriors. And now, if those warriors have failed in their counterattack, what do you think is going to happen to this in this counterattack that they're getting ready for? With a bunch of newbies who barely know how to pull the trigger, I think they're getting like 1 month worth of training. How can you train a soldier in 1 month? All I see is going to be just more meat grinder. That's all I see. This, to the last Ukrainian idea, is ridiculous. All they're doing is just getting rid of the population. They're depopulizing the world right now through that war. And that war is only going to get worse. It's going to get bigger. All the American nuke sniffing planes are up in the air constantly. All kinds of planes are flying around. Presidents, Putin's planes are flying all over the place. American planes, everybody's flying. Everybody's moving. Militaries moving equipment. The Third World War is about to break out. This war between Russia and Ukraine, most of you realize that it's a war between NATO and Russia, but using Ukraine, just using and abusing Ukrainian people and Ukrainian soil. But once European soldiers gonna enter the battlefield, and more and more countries talking about sending their soldiers over there simply because NATO is out of ammunition, out of equipment. They cannot touch their own stockpiles that ensure their safety. It's already down. Now what's next? Next is people. And what does it mean? That means, I think, a real third world war. You know, going back to Azov Mana prophecy, I still believe the prophecy is real and true. Check out, I have made several videos about the prophecy. Azov Mana, AZOV-MENA, Mana, and prophecy made by Philip Barnett about Ukraine being bombed with nuclear weapons. But I don't think it's gonna end there. I'm sure there's gonna be nukes flying probably all over Europe and all over United States. So do what you can to get ready for nuclear war, because it's imminent. It's unavoidable at this point. I have to see Putin's latest speech. I haven't seen it yet. I was watching video of NY Prepper this morning, and he mentioned that Putin said some strong words, you know, about being ready to use those weapons. You know, he said something like weapons are meant to be used, something to that extent. I have to see for myself the entire interview and you know, have a better idea of what's going on. But yeah, those weapons, Russia is moving their mobile ICBM launching pads, you know, those big giant ICBMs on the trucks. They're pretty much undetectable, and they keep moving them. You'll never know where one might be to launch one of those bad boys. Anyway, the time, I think, is coming closer to the war, to the nuclear war. So get ready and get yourself, your heart ready with God, most of all, because that's the most important thing. And also get ready for nuclear war. You know, find a bunker nearby. There is always some bunkers. There's always some schools or some old churches or some basements of some commercial buildings, underground parking. There's all sorts of bunkers. Even some culvert is better than nothing, you know. Especially if you live in an area that is likely to be bombed. So find out if your area is a possible target and try to find a solution, you know, because when they announce that there is inbound missiles, you're only going to have at the most 30 minutes, at the least 10. So you need to be ready to take your most important, whatever you want to take with you, and hide in the bunker. Of course, if you have one in your backyard, that's the best thing, but most people don't have it. Most people can't afford them. So try to find some place where you could hide for a couple of weeks. You know, you're gonna have to take some food with you and some water. Ideally would be to be in a place where there is some water, you know. Anyway, there is a lot to think about. There is a lot of thoughts that you need to put into your escape plan. But I recommend you do it, you know, if you want to survive. Because look, some people say, oh, no one's gonna survive, you know, I'd rather die, blah, blah, blah. Okay, number one, you may not die. You may get sick with radiation poisoning, and then you would be suffering maybe days, maybe weeks, maybe months. Depends how much radiation you're gonna get. Do you want to suffer? You know, I think most people don't want to suffer. So find, make yourself a plan. Plan A, plan B, even plan C. And do what you can to be ready. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Take care and get ready. And don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share it if you find it useful or interesting. And I'll see you in the next upload. Take care.